Today we are wrapping up 2024 with December's bourbon haul. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're going to wrap up 2024 and look back at December and see all of the bottles that I got in December. I got some goodies. Let's be honest, I got some good ones this month. So let's go ahead and go into it here. I'm going to grab one that could be, I don't remember exactly when I got this, I don't remember putting it in my bourbon haul, but I have done a review of it already, so I'll start with that one. And that is Tumbling Dice, the Fruit Bat single barrel pick. If you're curious about this bottle, you can see the link in the description. Full disclosure, I have a partnership with Fruit Bat. This bottle was fine. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was just kind of middle of the road. I gave it like a 7, I think. If you were interested in Tumbling Dice like I was, this would be a bottle to just kind of dip your feet into. I think it's pretty solid. I don't remember if I talked about this last month. I don't remember when I got this one. I'm pretty sure it was in December. If it's not, and it's in the other video, I apologize. But we're moving on to the next one. To a bottle that I know I got in December because I got it on Christmas Eve. I was able to get my hands on E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof Batch 13. I'm very excited about this. I love the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. I think they are fantastic. This year's comes in at 127.3 proof, which is, if I remember correctly, a little bit lower than last year's, but that's okay. I'm excited. I love to get my hands on all of these releases. I found this at a Walgreens. I have a story that I'll tell about this bottle on my podcast over on Patreon. So if you want to hear a very funny story about how I got this bottle, go check that out. Moving on to the next one. All right, next one here is a bottle of E.H. Taylor Small Batch. I love E.H. Taylor Small Batch. Anytime I find one, I grab one. They're like $45 at Walmart. This was a part of a drop at Walmart, and I had to get it. I always get one whenever Walmart does their drops because I just think this is like such a good bourbon. It is such a good entry bourbon for people too who are, want to try something a little more high proof than what they're used to while keeping the sweetness and the flavors. I think it's just a solid bottle. So it goes without saying, if you see H. Taylor for $45, $50, $60, you grab it. Moving on to the next one. Next one up is a bottle of Elmer Teely. I got this also at Walmart. This was $45. I have heard, this is breaking news that no one's talked about yet. I heard from a very reliable source that the retail price of Elmer Teely, which is like $45, $50, something in that ballpark, is going to be going up to $79.99 in 2025. So I think Buffalo Trace is starting to feel the bourbon boom slowing down a little bit, which for me is great. Y'all go review tequila. I'm going to be here reviewing bourbon because it's just what I love. But yeah, I got this at Walmart, $45. 45 or 50, I can't remember. But again, anytime I find Elmer Teely, I grab it. I like it. They're single barrels. They vary a little bit. If you don't expect the world out of it, it's a solid bourbon. Moving on to the next one. Next one here is a bottle that I have been wanting for quite a few years, and I finally just decided to pull the trigger and do it. This is Evan Williams 12-year. This is 101 proof Evan Williams 12-year age statement, and this one is a Japan export. This is like the Wild Turkey 12-year, where it's just an export out to Japan, and it is fantastic. Initially, I had decided to open Rock Hill Farms on Christmas, but I've already had Rock Hill Farms, so I decided to open this instead, and I'm glad I did. This is unlike any Evan Williams I've ever had. It doesn't taste anything like Evan Williams to me. Like, it does drink over its proof, which is my only knock on it, but it's like leather, dark fruits. There's a lot to this one. I really, really like it. I'm so glad I got it. I think I spent like $150 on it. Not too crazy, but I'm very, very glad I have this. This is something I've been wanting for a long, long time. I do know if you go to Kentucky that the Bar Neat sells these. I think they're like $200. It's a lot of money for a bottle, but this one's fantastic. If you're going to spend that much money, you could do a lot worse than this bottle. It's really, really good. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't really like Evan Williams stuff typically. But this one is just, it's just exceptional. So if you ever see one of these at a reasonable price, grab it. Moving on to the next one. Speaking of travel exclusive or exports, this is Wild Turkey Rare Breed non-chill filtered barrel proof. This is a liter of Wild Turkey Rare Breed, but it's not just Wild Turkey Rare Breed. It is Wild Turkey Rare Breed non-chill filtered. If you don't know what non-chill filtering is, they bring the temperature of the barrels down and remove these like proteins that make the liquid more clear. It was a thing that they started doing for overseas in Japan because they wanted not cloudy bourbon. To them, it was like a sign that it wasn't made correctly. But the problem is when you do that, you remove a lot of the flavor compounds in it. So I have actually done, this was a long time ago, I got sent a sample of this and I did like a side-by-side and I believe I did it blind. And if I may not have done it blind, but I remember doing the video and this came out ahead. Like, and it wasn't even close. Like, it's so much better than your standard Rare Breed. If you ever see these while you're out traveling, grab them. I don't know what the retail cost on this is. I got this as in a part of a trade. I don't know exactly what these cost, but I don't care what it costs. It's worth it. It's a liter of Wild Turkey Rare Breed coming in 116.8 proof, non-chill filtered. It's amazing. So if you ever see these on your travels, make sure you grab one. Moving on to the next one. All right. Next one up here is a bottle that I'm a little reluctant to try just because I didn't love the first one I got in this. I thought it was just a decent bourbon for what the price of it was. This is the Penelope State Collection's 10-year single barrel. This was like $83. My buddy Chris found this. Buddy and patron Chris found this in his travels for me, and I had to grab it. I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. I hope it's good. I want to love Penelope, but the only thing I've ever had from them that I loved was the Valencia. I'm hoping that this will be up there with that. It's a 10-year single barrel, so we will see. We'll see how good it is. I'll be doing a review on this coming up soon. Moving on to the next one. All right. I love Redwood Empire, and for some reason, I did not have this bottle on my shelf until recently. This is Redwood Empire Lost Monarch Cask Strength. This is a bourbon and rye blend at cask strength, and the proof on this is 116.2. So I have not opened this yet. I'm very excited to open this. I have never had something from Redwood Empire that I didn't like. I've had different levels of like to love, but everything I've ever had for them has been really, really solid. So I'm excited to try this and see what I think. I hope that it's good. I hear good things, so we'll see. Again, I'll be doing a review on this one fairly soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe if you want to stick around and see what else we got going on. Redwood Empire is just awesome, so I hope that this is great. Moving on to the next. Now, I know you've probably, up to this point, if you've watched the channel, are going like, Brad, how have you not brought up Jack Daniels yet? And to that I say, I got a bottle of Jack Daniels single barrel proof from MDP, a local liquor store here, and I gotta be honest with you, this is probably the best Jack Daniels single barrel pick I've ever had. It is not as good. I don't want to say it's as good. But if you are chasing those Coy Hills, it's not as good as that. But if you're chasing those Coy Hills, this is as close as you're going to get without spending an arm and a leg for one of those Coy Hills or finding it on, like I did on the shelf at Walmart. It's phenomenal. I don't know if these are still around. I would assume it's a Jack pick. These don't fly off the shelves. But if you live in the Orlando area, I would highly urge you to go check out MDP Liquor and grab one of these. It's really, really good. It comes in at 130.2 proof. I got nothing else to say, man. This is great. I mean, look at, you can tell maybe in this the color. I don't know if you can. Maybe you can tell in the B-roll, but I mean, it's absolutely just unbelievable. It's really solid. I was so shocked. My friend group was talking about this, and I was like, I'll be honest, I was kind of like, all right, you guys are just kind of talking this up. And then I tried it, and I was like, they are not. This is actually really, really good. So if you are looking for a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof that is like really good, I urge you to go grab this one from MDP. Moving on to the last one. All right, last up here is Still Austin Tanager. This is a cigar blend bourbon. This thing has the best packaging of a bottle of bourbon I've ever seen. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm very excited about this. Some people are saying this is bourbon of the year. Some people say they don't like it at all. I cannot wait to review it without a cigar and then review it while I'm smoking a cigar. I think it'll be kind of fun. This is a cigar blend. This comes in at 106 proof Texas bourbon. The cap on this, I didn't really capture it in the B-roll that I did last night. The cork on this is like a little nest. It's just, this bottle's gorgeous. I mean, even if it sucks, it's still like very, very pretty bottle, which is not the point of whiskey. But for someone who has like a display in their house, I think this is a great little addition to it, even if it's not great. But I'm hoping this is really, really good. A few bigger channels have been saying this is like up there for a bourbon of the year. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to try. I'm going to be doing a review of this sooner than later, so keep your eyes out for that. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Comment down below. Let me know what you got in the month of December. I will see you guys on the next one, and I will see you in 2025. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.